All right, guys, the time has come for me to grace you with my presence in our latest fantasy wisdom video for this week. Here we go. Of course, I don't even know if I should break down this matchup. I have no Dalvin Cook. I have no Travis Kelsey. But come on, I'm facing Jared, guys. I don't lose to Jared. You guys know how it goes. Jared's going to lay down for my team because he's a solid minion. So, Jared, know your role, play your minion role, and lose this matchup. And as you can see by how he set his lineup, he's already trying to do his part by playing two New York Jets against me, against a Raiders defense that's been pretty lights out as of recently. So, pretty stupid, especially considering let's bench the workhorse running back that scored over 14 in back to back games to start a slot receiver. Thanks, Jared. You should definitely go ahead and do that. I appreciate what you're trying to do for me, Jared, but still put your best team out on the field. I'm going to beat you either way, but come on, help yourself so it doesn't look too obvious when I kick your ass. Now, you have in this matchup some tough matchups for me. Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams playing the Niners, who have just been absolutely ethered by Kyler Murray in 2 out of the last 3 weeks. So I'm actually not that scared of the Niners. My bold prediction in this game is ODB finally breaks out. I'm going to keep predicting it until it freaking happens. And if it doesn't happen this week, you can quote me on this. I'm cutting Odell. You guys can try and hold me to that. That's what's going to happen. If Odell does not get it done this week, I'm cutting him. There it is. So Odell goes off en route to me getting the W over Jared. I don't need to spend too much time on that matchup. It's Jared. You know what it is. Now, we have a matchup with major GD implications. You have the always horrible Joe, aptly named questionable, against the not very often horrible, but potentially the worst fantasy team he's ever fielded, Flying Gimps, Tony Sr. And I got to say, this group of running backs for Senior is awful. I mean, it is horrendous. His number one running back right now is Bo Scarborough, who he just snatched up out of free agency. At least he did pick him up, because if he didn't pick him up, I don't know what he was going to do. Baker Mayfield should be in line for a monster game. I love Chris Godwin in the matchup with the Falcons. DJ Chark is a great matchup, but these running backs are just so bad. I don't know if they can make up the difference. George Kittle, it just came out. He was still not practicing today. And if you're not practicing on Thursday, chances are you're not playing on Sunday. Don't expect to see Kittle back. So that's obviously a major blow for Joe. He's going to have to go dumpster diving for some pile of crap tight end, because there is nothing out there. Absolutely nothing. For some reason, he's still rostering Carson Wentz. Not real sure what Joe's thinking about. Carson Wentz hasn't hit 20 points since week 4, despite having some easy matchups in that time. I mean, you're talking about a guy that scored 10 points against the Jets, 5 points against the Cowboys. He's not a playable quarterback. He's easily cuttable. He should have been dropped weeks ago. Real stupid play. In fact, I would play Carr over him in a heartbeat. Nick Chubb against the Dolphins is going to just be a monster effort. And I don't expect Connor to play either, so I think Jalen Samuels is a great play also. Brian Hill is another guy that we thought was going to be better. He can go ahead and be cut. There's probably a wide out or something you can pick up to play in your flex. My bold prediction in this matchup is that Baker Mayfield is going to outscore both of Joe's quarterbacks combined, because Carson Wentz is going to go for about 4 points. And I think Carr has a solid game, but Carr's going to be more like 14 to 18. And I think Baker's going for like 30. Is it going to matter? No, because the rest of Senior's team is trash, just absolute garbage. So I got Joe picking up the W this week and further taking himself out of the GD spot. Now, Because there's no playoff aspirations for Joe. We all know this. I mean, Joe's just hoping to not be hanging stickers. So I think he accomplishes that with a win over Senior. Now, you got Brad versus Reese. This is just, it's an ugly matchup for both teams. I think Reese's team is, of course, highly dependent on Lamar Jackson and the Patriots defense. The good news for Reese is Lamar Jackson might be the best fantasy quarterback we've ever seen. So I don't think that it matters. I think Lamar Jackson's going to shred the Rams. In fact, I'm expecting the Ravens to just beat the crap out of the Rams, which is going to work twofold because Todd Gurley's going to get taken out of the game early. So I'm expecting big things from Lamar. I'm actually not scared of Zeke at the Patriots either. The Patriots can be run on. They're kind of soft in defending the run. So I think if the Cowboys are going to have a chance in that game, it's going to be ground and pound, 30 carries with Zeke. And I love the Jordan Wilkins play tonight. I'm not going to lie. I was watching that hoping he wasn't coming back this week because I would have thrown Jonathan Williams in there. Can't do it. Brad's going to get the loss here. I mean, Reese is one of the top teams in the league. Brad is not, obviously. So Reese gets the W. Now, on to Mega Platinum Elite Jason versus the Draft Dodger himself, Steve. I mean, what are we still doing with Jameis Winston? What is going on here? Here's another guy that hasn't scored over 20 since week 4. I mean, is he really somebody you need to be rostering at this point, let alone in your starting lineup? My God, what is with you guys hanging on to these garbage quarterbacks for weeks and weeks on end as I sit here holding Aaron Rodgers myself? So I guess pot, kettle, you're both black. Now, in this matchup, I love Drew Brees against the Panthers. The Panthers have a, mediocre secondary. Divisional matchup, the Saints are going to come out swinging. Fournette and Henry, last time they played each other, they both didn't really do much of anything, so I don't love that. And I remember that because I had them both on my team at the time. Marquise Brown is not playable against the Rams. He's going to draw Jalen Ramsey. That's a terrible matchup. Horrible decision. Can't play him. Mark Andrews, great play, though. And I hate Michael Gallup in this week, too. So on Steve's side of things, I pretty much hate his whole team because they're just trash. He's got a garbage team. The only group of running backs that could potentially rival Senior for being just that bad. Tevin Coleman has been useless since his big blow-up game in Week 8, which Steve didn't even get. I got that. So there you go. Kareem Hunt should get some run against the Dolphins, especially because the Browns are going to blow him out. So I like Kareem Hunt. T.Y. Hilton in there should absolutely not be in your flex spot. For the love of God, guys, do not play a guy in your flex that's playing on Thursday night, you morons. Come on. Leave yourself some options. You really think that, what if DK Metcalf gets hurt in pregame warmups? What if you come to your senses and don't start DJ Moore because he sucks? You want to give yourself options here. Putting him in your flex, just super dumb. The fall of Darren Waller continues. He basically hasn't done anything in 4 or 5 weeks, 4 weeks, and he's had one good game in the last 7 weeks. He's kind of useless, but tight end is kind of that way now. So there it is. So my bold prediction, this matchup, and by the way, Reese, Brad, you guys don't get a bold prediction because you both suck. So you get no bold prediction. Now, bold prediction here in this one, we're going to go, let's go tight ends. And I'm going to say Mark Andrews outscores Tevin Coleman this week. So I got Jason's starting tight end versus Steve's RB1. Give me the tight end because Steve's running back situation is that bad. Now, finally, the winner of this game, sorry, Jason, it's going to be Steve. Steve's going to win it. I don't know what to tell you, man. That's just how it's going to go down. Now, Bell irks my ears. So Tony Jr. versus John Vetri, who I'm happy to say finally picked up a running back so that he's not just punting to Tony Jr. again, which is what he continues to do every year. But you look at John's team, and you kind of got to wonder how in the hell this team is 7-4 right now. I mean, he has a bad team. He's really kind of gotten bailed out by Deshaun Watson and Aaron Jones just having a very fluky touchdown rate. David Johnson, Sammy Watkins, Tyler Boyd, and even Dak Prescott, with the remaining schedule being that rough, they're all droppable players. You could cut all those guys, and there's better options in free agency than all those guys. Naheem Hines, Robert Woods is not playable. McLaurin hasn't really done anything in forever since week 6, and that was against the Dolphins. And prior to that, he didn't do anything for the previous 2 weeks. So McLaurin's cuttable. I mean, John's team, he's obviously not even trying. His team's just complete garbage. He's rolling over for his buddy again. I think this is clear collusion. Tony Jr. is having John roll over for him and let him win. That's what's happening. So on Tony Jr.'s side of things, he's got Christian McCaffrey, and that's plenty to beat John this week because John's team sucks. So I'm going to, my bold prediction in this game is Christian McCaffrey goes for less than 20 points. Less than 20. He's going to get shut down by the New Orleans Saints to the tune of about 100 total yards and a touchdown. So, and yes, that is considered shut down, and that is considered bold when you're facing Christian McCaffrey. And, of course, Tony Jr. is going to get the win because John's laying down for him because they're colluding. There you go. There's my matchup previews, and I'm going to go ahead and get this dub over Jared. Best of luck to everybody else.